The Mountain West continues to rebuild, first with member number 9 Grand Canyon a month back, and now member number 10 UC Davis. Both Grand Canyon and UC Davis are non-football additions. For the first half of this video, we'll go through how Grand Canyon helps out the Mountain West, and then the latter half, we'll go through how UC Davis helps out the Mountain West. Grand Canyon is obviously a men's basketball-driven addition. After the Mountain West was rated, they were left with only 3 top 150 programs in tenure KenPom in Nevada, UNLV, and New Mexico, so they had to bolster their men's basketball. And that's where Grand Canyon and their 119th ranking in tenure KenPom comes in, and Grand Canyon has only been rising steadily in KenPom in recent years under Bryce Drew. Right now, the new iteration of the Pac-12 ranks 6th in the country with a 74.4 average, led by Gonzaga in 1st and San Diego State in 28th. The Atlantic 10 comes in 7th with a 121.6 average, led by VCU in 50th and Dayton in 52nd. The Missouri Valley comes in 8th with a 149.7 average. Of course, current UC Davis head coach Jim Les led Bradley to the Sweet 16 in 2006. They were on the cover of Sports Illustrated after knocking off Pitt in Kansas. And Jim Les also won the Larry Bird MVC Player of the Year when he was a player at Bradley before moving on to the NBA. The American comes in 9th with an average of 150.5, led by Wichita and Memphis. The WCC comes in 10th at 163.8 average, led by a top 15 program in St. Mary's. The Mountain West is just a hair behind in 11th at a 164.7 average, led by Nevada at 75th, then UNLV at 110th, New Mexico at 115th, and Grand Canyon at 119th. And finally, Conference USA comes in 12th with a 174.4 average, led by Louisiana Tech in 99th, New Mexico State in 104th, and Western Kentucky in 113th. So you can see how the addition of Grand Canyon helps the Mountain West stay even with the West Coast Conference and stay within the ballpark of the Missouri Valley and the American. Now, men's basketball budgets, we're using the Department of Education's database since they're the only database that has private schools. These are the men's basketball budgets from 2022-2023, and Grand Canyon would have the highest men's basketball budget in the Mountain West at $7.66 million, which would rank 87th in Division I. UC Davis, their men's basketball budget is at $2.82 million. That would rank 180th in Division I. Part of Grand Canyon's value comes with their rabid fan base. They sell out almost every game. Their average attendance is about 6,500. And they add another big basketball fan base to the Mountain West, along with New Mexico, Nevada, and UNLV. You also have Hawaii at above 5,000 attendance. They were recently elevated to an all-sports member, full member of the Mountain West. In all, Grand Canyon plays at a new arena that also touts one of the best game day environments in the country. They're in the number 11 media market. They would have the highest men's basketball budget in the Mountain West, 87th in D1. They're 119th at tenure KenPom, and that's only been improving in recent years under Bryce Drew. Their average attendance was 6,500 a couple years back. They've been to 3 NCAA tournaments since 2021, and they went to the round of 32 just this past spring. The Phoenix market is appealing not only for its size and its recruiting base, both for basketball and potential general students, but also for the number of Mountain West alumni in Phoenix. Take New Mexico. 3.5% of New Mexico alumni reside in the Phoenix metropolitan area. That's tied for second with Denver. Phoenix is also top 3 for Wyoming. 2.4% of Wyoming alumni head to Phoenix. Phoenix is top 5 for UTEP. 2.3% of UTEP alumni head to Phoenix. Phoenix is top 5 for UNLV alumni, as nearly 2% of UNLV alumni migrate to Phoenix. Similar story with AFA. Nearly 2% of AFA alumni migrate to Phoenix, and that would rank number 8 for Air Force alumni. 1.5% of Nevada alumni go to Phoenix. That's basically in a 4-way tie for 6th place. And also of note, 3.8% of Nevada alumni head to Sacramento, which is near UC Davis. Sacramento is the number 3 alumni gathering for Nevada. Nearly 1.5% of Hawaii alumni head to Phoenix. Phoenix is knocking right on the door of the top 10 alumni gatherings for Hawaii. And finally, San Jose State. Over 3% of San Jose State alumni reside in Sacramento. Sacramento ranked 4th for San Jose State alumni, behind only San Francisco, San Jose, and LA. So if we put that all together, playing in Phoenix every year allows these Mountain West schools the opportunity to reconnect and re-engage with alumni for donations, or perhaps rekindling that connection so their kids will one day enroll in that same school. Phoenix was a top 3 alumni gathering for New Mexico and Wyoming, top 5 for UTEP and UNLV, and top 8 for Air Force and Nevada, and 11th for Hawaii. UC Davis is being added for different reasons than Grand Canyon. UC Davis is very attractive institutionally, academically, financially, and their location. Here are the top 10 non-A4 enrollments in Division I. UC Davis comes in 10th as they're slightly below 40,000 students. You can also see Texas State at 41,000. That was a school that the Mount West targeted and could be in the picture for the Pac-12. When you look at the highest non-A4/Big East/Ivy League endowments in Division I, UC Davis comes in 5th after Rice, BU, Richmond, and George Washington. So UC Davis is a very wealthy school whose alumni are very rich. And by having an endowment that high, it shows the ability of the school's alumni to raise money. There are 12 Division I schools who are not in the A4, Big East, or Ivy League who are members of the prestigious AAU. They are BU, Buffalo, Stony Brook, George Washington, South Florida, Tulane, Rice, UC Davis, UC Santa Barbara, UC Irvine, UC Riverside, and UC San Diego. So UC Davis is one of those 12 schools. That academic prestige extends to the U.S. News rankings, where the highest Division I schools who are not a part of the A4 or Big East or Ivy League, Rice comes first at number 18, UC San Diego comes second at number 29, and then UC Davis and UC Irvine come third at number 33, and UC Santa Barbara comes fifth at number 39. UC Davis is in a tie for third in U.S. News rankings for Division I schools when you exclude the A4, Big East, and Ivy League. Now looking at the highest athletic budgets, but excluding the schools who are FBS, Big East, Ivy League, or play Division I hockey, UC Davis ends up 5th behind Fordham, Richmond, Gonzaga, and Lehigh. However, you have to isolate the student aid money, which is in that middle column, and after you isolate that student aid money, in first you have Gonzaga with $35.8 million left over, and in second is UC Davis with $31.7 million left over that is not student aid money. So to be behind only Gonzaga in terms of how much athletic budget money you have left over after you take away that student aid money is a pretty big feather in UC Davis's cap. Now, of course, one thing UC Davis and Grand Canyon, their additions have in common is location. Grand Canyon is in the number 11 media market in Phoenix, and UC Davis is in the number 20 media market in Sacramento. And when you account for the largest DMAs with no NFL or A4 team located within that DMA, Sacramento comes first at number 20. So if UC Davis ever moves up to FBS football, that's a big void that they would be filling. In all, institutionally, academically, financially, and their location, UC Davis is very attractive to university presidents. They're among the top 10 highest non-A4 enrollments in Division I. They're among the top 5 highest non-A4/Big East/Ivy League endowments in Division I. They're one of 12 Division I schools who are a part of the AAU that are not in the A4, Big East, or Ivy League. They're in the top 5 Division I schools in the U.S. News rankings that are not part of the A4, Big East, or Ivy League. Financially, after isolating student aid money, they have the second highest athletic budget in Division I for a school that's not part of the A4, Big East, Ivy League, or plays D1 hockey. They're second after only Gonzaga. And if UC Davis ever moves up to FBS one day, which is probably likely, Sacramento would be the largest DMA in the country with no NFL or A4 team located in that DMA. The rebuild of the Mount West now has them at 8 FBS members and 10 full members. And it sounds like the next video will be a deep dish dive into the 9th FBS member.